Alright, time for the Circle of the Symbiotes. We're gonna Spider-Man this.
We are
We are
Pleeps.
druids.
Oh. We went two different directions there. Anyway.
Druids, blah, 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 flavor, who cares?
Yep.
Your symbiote can look like, I guess...
You could roll that or choose, which, cool.
Yeah.
That doesn't exactly matter. Flavor is
You get
free.
some spells.
Flavor, yeah. We got some spells and,
Hey, hallucinatory terrain, that, like, just came up my campaign.
yeah, it did, which is actually very funny. The only thing I don't like, all of these are already on the druid list, but I mean, it gives you extra spells you can prepare, so I think it's fine.
Yep. Vines and roots grow across your body. As it draws physical and magical nourishment from you, the symbiote grants you a number of benefits. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws that you make to maintain concentration. Oh,
This
you
is just
get that.
Yeah, you just get that, which honestly, really appreciative, because you're playing a druid right now, and druids normally don't have in their kit a way to help protect their concentration. They'll have to like, go out of their way to get,
I'm planning on
conferences and
taking
whatnot.
Resilient Con. I'm planning on taking Resilient Con ASAP.
Right.
Right. So
that's already pretty good, I would say.
okay. Yep. So as a bonus action, you can use Wild Shape.
Yep.
To allow your symbiote to transform into a plant-like root as fibrous plates and vines cover your skin. For a minute, you gain a +2 bonus to AC.
Cool.
Get another temporary hit points equal to 2 plus half your druid level, rounded down.
A little small, but I guess it's
actually
fine.
At the start of each of your turns, and you gain advantage on dex. That form sucks.
I'll be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd pick up Animal Transformation over this any day of the week.
I mean, 10 HP per every round is fine. Although I think it's a little less.
I need to point out, I get as a Spores Druid.
Right,
I get a bonus to damage, and I get 4 times my Druid level.
Right. However, that's what I was about to bring up. For that, this is different in the vein of, you're regaining this 10 HP at the start? Yes, at the start of each of your turns. For the Spores Druid, it's just one like big burst of it. So it's like...
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be a lot. It's not...
Oh yeah, it's not going to be a lot.
It'll keep you alive, maybe, but I don't know.
But also, I'm looking at this. I don't understand why the advantage on dexterity stealth checks. I mean, it's nice that it gets it, but I don't quite understand why it's there. If that makes sense.
Let's keep going.
Symbiotic reflexes.
Your plant symbiote empowers you. You always have the haste spell prepared. Once per active symbiotic transformation, you can cast haste on yourself without a spell slot or components. Why isn't haste just in the list? But I guess
that's my first thought. But as well as, do you know what this actually is?
Yeah.
This druid's basically their extra attack, which that tells me, why aren't we just getting extra attack with this guy?
I mean, haste does stuff other than extra.
It does, but also here's the thing as well. I feel like for any other Gish character, which I guess this is sort of delving into that a pinch, haste is really good on anyone but the druid, because druids have a lot of great concentration spells.
Yeah, that's also true.
That's like that's the biggest thing for me.
While you're on Mortal Portal, you can attempt to move to safety. While you have the incapacitated condition, you can take the dash, disengage, or dodge action, and you retain the benefits of the dodge action while you have the incapacitated condition.
So, Plebes, I've looked at this.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
So here's the thing. At first, I thought it was really good. Then I looked further into it. Especially for 2014. I don't know about 2024, but for when it comes to 2014, because I looked at a bunch of conditions that include incapacitated.
They are very different.
Well, yeah, they're very different. For us, it would be 2014 version, which specifically for 2014, we're in a weird situation because on paper, this sounds really strong. However, if you look at everything that provides incapacitates, like paralyzation and whatnot, the part of talking about moving is listed separately. So you wouldn't be able to move still.
Correct, but you would be able to do the dodge action, which is critical.
Right, but also, yeah, which the dodge action is nice.
Yeah, it's basically you can do something, and it's not useless.
Right, and when I was talking to Eve when I
Not
originally
useless.
read that, I was like, it's very rare that you you end up getting the condition incapacitated without it being attached to some other condition.
And the capstone ability. As a magic action, you can expend the use of Wild Shape. Wait, what? To grant the benefits of finishing a short rest to yourself or a creature you touch. Once a long rest, you can do this.
Yeah, can I just say
need
this?
to point out, your Wild Shapes come back on a short rest, at least in 2014. It's not the case in 2024, I know that, but...
Can I just say this as well?
Yeah?
I'm going to claim that Level 14 is a flavor fail. I don't get how this connects to symbiotes at all.
None of this is a flavor win. And also,
I could sort of
as
see
a
survival
subclass,
instinct could
I have
work,
to acknowledge,
but yeah, no.
I think it's bad. I think this entire thing is just bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I would not.
It's
I would not. The good thing about this subclass is the protection of concentration.
yeah, that's great, but there are so many other ways to get that, including an entire druid subclass that is the main thing it does, and it also does other stuff.
Right. Yeah. No. This is.
This, like, as a reminder, there is a druid subclass you can take where you will get the benefit where you cannot fail most concentration saves.
Yes, the stars druid.
Period. Yes.
Yes.
So,
one of my favorite druids.
yeah. The issue is this thing has a lot of like small abilities that could be helpful to any druid, but it doesn't have anything that on its own gives a big punch.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Our regenerating temporary hit points and up in our AC. That's great.
Yeah. I guess
But all that
druid's
does
better
is defend.
defense.
That makes us a defender, and not even a great one. Haste. That's great. We can attack once more, but why would we want to? What makes us want to?
Right.
Survival instincts. Okay, this can help us move around when we're incapacitated. But
But-
ideally, we're never incapacitated because we're not in the fight.
Right. But also, I also brought up the.
14. Short rest.
Right.
Yes. There are other issues. It is the same thing where it's like, yeah. To be clear, these are good. These aren't bad.
Yeah. All these are good in a vacuum, but this isn't a vacuum situation.
To be clear, there are some stuff for us that just does incapacitate. I want to be clear on that.
Right. And of course, there are stuff that just incapacitates. It's not
Anyways,
very common though.
Yeah. All of that to say, approve without thought, unfortunately.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't have anything that makes it hit on its own. There's nothing like with Forest Druid, I get a bunch of cool stuff and I get to do stuff on my own.
Right. Even.
With this,
Yeah. No.
the only way you're gonna get benefit out of this is if you multi-class.
Honestly, I feel like if they just went a little farther with each of these abilities, I feel like it could have been great.
All right. Anyways, we called it. Let me just tell you right now. Next time I want to look at
We're gonna look at the.
Rogue. Oh wait, Ranger.
Oh, this is gonna be real close. Ranger.
Ranger. The Ranger we're looking at is. Let me take a look.
It is the
The
Trail Warden.
Trail Warden. We'll look at it later.
And yeah, we'll be back from our little break. All right,
Okay.
we're back from our break, and
So, why did you decide to go for a hike? Did you really know what's settle our argument if we went for a hike? And then you lost the trail.
yeah, no, the path that I went down suddenly turned into snow.
Alright, let's go. Okay, let's go. We're looking at the Trail Warden.
Wanting to be a hero is a noble aim, but no one remembers the guy who died of dysentery on his way to the dungeon. What the fuck is that quote?
Okay, I want to be honest. I really expected that they would like go whole ham on the Cthulhu theme, and I know that there are some stuff later that we'll be looking at where they really did do that,
Right.
but they didn't. But clearly they just put what they wanted in.
Yeah.
Which again, now that we know the guy who wrote this did work on D&D 5e stuff, I don't know.
So first off, okay,
Anyways,
a few new
we got a
spells.
spell list.
None of them.
No new
None of them new. Spirit Guardians is interesting, but other than that,
Spirit
nothing crazy.
Guardians on a 2024 Ranger. Also, this is a 2024 Ranger subclass. I'm just realizing the odds of it being good are very low.
Well, is that really the fault? Would that be the fault of the subclass or the Ranger, or both?
It's a design philosophy issue that the Ranger hits the worst. Why 2024 stuff hits this? And again, this isn't technically official, so they might avoid it.
Right. Let's see.
Let's go.
So,
you have an innate understanding of coordination and teamwork. It is represented by your teamwork die. Do we have like a table? No table
yes,
yet.
there is a table. It's I believe it's just after
we'll
this.
Look at it. We'll look at it. Which is used in the powers you have from the subclass. The teamwork die table. Read the next sentence, please. Shows the die size when you reach certain Ranger levels. At the start of your turn, roll your teamwork die, and this is we got something interesting.
Yeah, this is a completely unique thing.
This isn't resource you spend then roll dice. It's start of your turn, roll your teamwork die, and use that result for till the start of your next turn when you roll it.
So so here's the thing, no resource. So theoretically, this could be really good, but there's a good chance that it could not be the best.
I mean, honestly,
still unique. It's really unique, and I actually really like it.
Let's read. When another creature you can see hits a target with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to roll your teamwork die. But wait, when we
and this is one of the -1 points I am giving because why have that inconsistency?
Give me a second. I need to comprehend something. When another creature you can see hits a target with an attack, you can take a reaction to roll your teamwork die and add the number rolled to the attack's damage against the target. The damage is of the same type dealt by the original attack. At the start of your turn, roll your teamwork die. Use that result for it until the start of your next turn when you re-roll it. I have thoughts, and I will get back to it. I don't think there's any inconsistency. I think they're just being unnecessarily confusing.
Okay, because when I read this, it sounded like, okay, because of course I read this early, it sounded like, hey, you have this unique feature where you roll at each time you start your turn, but then they just threw that out the window.
They didn't, but they could have made that clearer.
Okay.
You grant your allies the ability to harmonize positions at the start of your turn. After you roll your teamwork die, you can choose any number of willing creatures within 60 feet of you that can see you. Each of the chosen creatures can take a reaction up to a number of 5 feet equal, or up to a number of feet equal to 5 times the number rolled, or up to its speed,
whichever is lower.
Yeah.
So you're not getting. So the reason why it's whatever is lower is basically this is a. For all intents and purposes, this is a reaction speed. This is basically, for all intents and purposes, a passive reaction speed, which is really nice.
Yeah, this is very much like the Bard move.
Yes, except this doesn't provide temp HP. And there's our table, so it starts off at P6. Doesn't upgrade until 11th level, which is a little long.
They
but
gotta stick with multi-class leveling. It's like a rule.
Right, but it still scales fine.
All right, let me talk about coordinated strike before we move on.
Yeah, coordinated strike. Please clarify it for me, because you understand my confusion behind it.
No, I'm wrong. You do roll it.
Yeah, which, simply put,
yeah, I think what it is meant to do. Your teamwork can add the number rolled to the attack's damage against the target. I mean, man, who cares, really? But, you know what? Let's let it. We will allow to use the result of the teamwork die.
Okay, so would this be something like you could roll it, you could use that number, or would it be you just choose to use
one or the other? You can't have to take any of the two.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's go. Let's keep going. When you make an ability with a skill proficiency in which you have expertise and succeed, you can choose other creatures within 60 feet of yourself until the start of your next turn. Each of the chosen creatures gain a bonus to the same check equal to a roll of your teamwork die. When you make an ability check with a skill proficiency,
this is
which you have. Okay, this is very specific.
It's very specific. Really cool idea. How
campaign.
it's right campaign, but also the main scenario I can see this, because Rangers do get access to expertise,
Yes.
would be a perception check.
For 100%
Like
no.
that. No?
100% no.
No?
No. There are issues. I can tell you right now, mechanically and flavorfully, this ability will never work when it comes to a perception check. Like, it's not even a question of would it be good. It is a question of the mechanics will not allow it to work.
Why wouldn't it?
Question. When I ask for a perception check, when are you making the perception check? Everyone one after the other, or everyone at the same time?
Well, sometimes there are cases where it's not. Well, for that specific scenario, it would be.
Yeah.
For that
Yes,
specific
even
scenario that
when
you're talking about, it would be
Mhm.
in that instance. I'm talking like, let's say, I'm a ranger of expertise and perception. A couple of creatures, have gotten to hiding or something like that. During a combat, I specifically look for the human that hide. Let's say that was successful. I can then give this to my ally to where if they're gonna look for the other person, let's say it's a goblin, they will get expertise.
So you're imagining doing this in combat.
It's an option in combat.
A horrible one.
Oh no, I didn't say it was good, but it's an option.
Yeah, but by talking about this is an out-of-combat ability. Using this combat inability is a bad idea. In theory, yeah, you could do that thing you just said.
Right.
Good.
In theory. That's why hey, I bring these up.
But
It's an option.
if we're not playing by my table rules, I need to point out that would be your turn.
That's true.
What I mean by that is, so what you're doing is everyone can automatically succeed on their perception check. Then that's it. That is their turn. Then those things that can hide, because a search action is an action.
It is.
Even
right.
under my table, it is an action. I have other things that free checks are. And then the things that can hide, which must have some kind of form of hiding, and must be a part of their tactics, can just hide again. You see the issue?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I absolutely see it. I'm just saying, like, I brought up a potential option that is in theory doable.
Yeah.
Not that it's good.
You've brought up an option that does literally nothing. Because even if, it's not like mechanically there is a way to be like, oh, I found it and I can convey it to my ally. It's just that I know where it is.
Right.
I let you guys be free with talking, but information like that would not be able to pass between turns, unfortunately. So, no. And again, you were ignoring, because this is actually a really good ability.
It can be, as long as you have the right correction, not even proficiency, right expertise.
Let's take a look at Ranger. Because at the end of the day, you can make... does the 2014 Ranger get expertise? That's right, yeah?
It gets expertise specifically from a optional feature.
Yeah, we're using the optional feature. Let's just go to
right.
it. What is it?
It's not favorite foe, it's the...
Is it Natural Explorer?
Death Explorer.
Wait, no, it's Death Explorer? Here we go.
Yes.
You gain a benefit from the replace feature. And don't call...
Or no.
You are an you gain the canny benefit below. Choose one of your skill procedures. Your precision bonus is doubled.
Yes,
yeah,
so
this is
expertise. Yeah.
Mechanically, this is expertise. Okay.
Right. So theoretically, this ranger could have an expertise in anything as long as it has proficiency in it.
Yeah.
Which, from the base list,
stuff. Let me take a look at the important stuff.
Athletics can be really helpful depending on the creature fight.
They don't get acrobatics. Is insane.
Survival probably stealth yes. Survival
we can ignore. We can ignore survival. All right. Okay. Let me explain my actual issue with for out of combat.
Yeah.
Anything that everyone would have to be doing at the exact same time is out of the question.
Right, because everyone's rolling at the same time. Like there's no.
Generally speaking, yeah. In D&D 5, even if everyone's rolling one after the other, yes. In D&D 5e, the situations where you'd want to use survival are all situations where everyone's at the same time.
Right.
It is generally the same for perception. Now, the honest key here is athletics and acrobatics. I would say background yourself acrobatics, and this feature will help you out a lot.
Or do it's another option. Starting off as a rogue, and then doing this as a 3-level dip.
Correct.
And you could
All
spread,
the same.
3 expertise to your allies, theoretically?
Yeah. The point is, it is, generally speaking, athletics and acrobatics are the ones that's going to help you the most with this ability.
Right.
But again, only for campaigns that have heavy navigation. But let's keep going.
Tactical assault.
Your ability to direct the movement and attacks of your allies improves. Each ally you choose, with your coordinated tactics feature that you can see or hear you, gets one of the following benefits of their choice.
Okay.
Until the start of your next turn, the first time the ally takes damage, they can reduce the damage taken by the number rolled on your teamwork damage.
So only for one time, but in theory, at this point, it's a d6.
Yeah, but still.
No reaction
You know
cost for this,
correct.
which is nice.
This is basically temp HP.
In a sense, yeah.
That
in
since
practical
count as
terms,
HP
it's
so
temp
it can
HP.
stack.
You're right, it does. Good call.
When in out, so you pick one of these.
Yeah. Or recon remover.
Oh, their choice. So they pick.
Yeah.
When an ally takes a reaction to move, it can take the hide action as part of that reaction. Okay, it gains a bonus to dexterity stealth checks equal to the number rolled on your teamwork die. Now, there aren't a lot.
Given this,
that's insane.
for a rogue getting this, that would be insane. A rogue, I feel like a monk could probably maybe do something
It's
decent with
take
hiding.
reaction to move, not action.
Didn't I say
bonus
reaction?
You talked about rogues and monks. They don't get, like, movement reactions.
Well,
usually.
no. A rogue to go hide so they can get advantage on their next attack. Attack.
There is a cheese, though.
Ooh,
There is an insane cheese.
I love cheese. Let's hear this.
Admittedly, I have to point out a very important fact about this cheese.
Okay.
It is best achievable by someone with a 2-level dip in fighter, or who has a blank turn. You know what a blank turn is, right?
I don't exactly know what you mean by blank turn.
A turn where they can do literally nothing.
Where they can do
Because
nothing. Okay.
there's nothing they can do. Yep. Because this cheese does require you to take up your action.
Okay.
Hold the dash action. If you hold the dash action, by the rules of this feature, because they don't say when you use the whatever that ability is called that lets you make them do that, just when you do a reaction to move. That means you can put yourself in a situation where you can hold the dash action. You can just hide. Again, as much as this is a fun little thing you can do, there aren't a lot of situations where that is the best thing.
Wait, so here... Okay, now we have a weird question I gotta ask. Let's swing back to that feature that allows an ally to use their reaction to move.
Yeah.
If they held their action to dash, how would it work in the sense of... Because whatever the number you had rolled at the start of your turn, it's 5 times that number on how fast they can move. Would it be doubled then? Like, when we're all considering this?
This has nothing to do with that.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I guess I wasn't clear on that. Completely unrelated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, completely unrelated. This just triggers if you take a reaction to move for any reason.
Oh,
There are a couple features that let you do that. To be clear, there are a lot of things in the game that can allow you to do that. But you have to have some means of doing that. This is just one that, in theory, everyone would have immediate access to no matter what you decide to do as a ranger.
You're right. Okay.
Again, just pointing that out.
Yeah. Level 11. So now we have a D8 for this teamwork die.
When you roll initiative, you can roll your teamwork die if you don't have incapacitated. You and each ally within 30 feet of you that can see you, hear you gains a bonus to initiative equal to the number rolled. Fairly simple.
Very simple, but potentially getting a D8 potentially an 8 added to your initiative. That is insane.
And finally, you coordinate your allies and their attacks against a powerful foe. If you take the attack action, and each attack you make is against the same target, you can choose other creatures, no number specified, within 60 feet of yourself. Each of the chosen creatures get a bonus to one attack roll and damage roll equal to the number on your teamwork die against the same target. Honestly, it is pretty solid.
Very solid. I will say, I'm not gonna give a minus point for the rolling of teamwork die when you're not for initiative, because I mean, there's nothing
you can do about it.
Right, there's nothing unless you're gonna have the player just constantly roll that which also late game. So that's a D10 added to your initiative, which is insane.
So, let's cover a couple fun little D-toys you get to play. Well, this is a support ranger that does not sacrifice offense. And you know what word I didn't see mentioned once?
Hunter's Mark. No Hunter's Mark. Thank God.
Yeah. Which is good because you can cast Spirit Guardians.
You can. And honestly, that's a pretty supportive thing because it'll slow down enemies, potentially making it to where they won't be able to hit your allies.
Correct.
I like this ranger.
I mean, admittedly, you would have to be a melee ranger in that case, but still. I won't be. There's nothing wrong with a melee ranger. I just don't think the subclass is built for it.
Yeah, no.
That being said, honestly, solid. I like it. Other than the note I already gave, no notes.
Yeah. And the second to last one, we have the Rogue.
Which, if you are curious, is called the
Shadow Stalker.
Rogue. Shadows. Ooh, that actually sounds like that sounds nice. All right. See you later.
Yep, we're taking another break. All right.
Okay.
Second to last subclass in this book, the Shadow Stalker Rogue. Some folk keep to the shadows.
Some folk keep the shadows. I bring them wherever I go.
Whoever Kulon is.
Blah, flavor. As a magic action, so in 2014 action, you expel your shadow from your side and command its actions. It appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you and is your size. The shadow reflection can manipulate an object, open an unlocked door, or a container, stow or retrieve an item, or pour out a vial. As a magic action on your later turn, or as part of the bonus action when you use your Cunning Act feature, you can control your shadow again. You can move your shadow up to your speed. The shadow can't activate magic items or carry more than 10 pounds.
Or attack.
Your shadow disappears when it takes any damage, either target any effect or if you have the incapacitated condition.
So, right off the bat, this is similar to the Echo Knight. But also, I just want to bring up something that's interesting.
I'm going to be honest, Ross. I don't even know why you're bringing Echo Knight into this. We don't need to.
Why not?
Arcane Trickster is all we need.
But also, I want to bring up something that's here's another reason why I bring up Echo Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Echo Knight has the same wording. It might, and I just have never noticed it. The fact that this mimics your size, not just being medium. So if someone has casted, let's say, Enlarge Reduce on you, well, of course, Enlarge, you could theoretically have a large shadow.
But again, that's all a moot point. It means nothing.
There might be something weird you could do with that.
There literally isn't.
I don't know.
The best you're going to get for is blocking creatures, and you're going to get the best result for that being medium.
Right. I also will say
that is the only mechanical thing size actually does.
And here's another thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty high cost. Like, requiring you to use an action to summon it tells me that you would
You're
not be able.
spending too much time on this feature, and I'll tell you why.
Uh,
Again, I get that you want to talk about the high costs and stuff. Mage Hand. If we look at Arcane Trickster, when you cast, you can make it invisible, and everything that this thing can do, Arcane Trickster's Mage Hand can do. You can finish your sentence.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't mean to. I know I can get a little interrupty. I just need to get a word in sometimes.
I mean, either way. Yeah. Let's. Well, although there is one benefit to this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless 2024 has this weird thing with the stuff that requires a magic action, this is not a spell, so you technically cannot be counterspelled. Unless a magic anything that costs a magic action can be. I don't know how 2024 works.
Are correct, but Mage Hand from an Arcane Trickster also can't be counterspelled.
Well, no, the hand itself is invisible. Like, does that prevent the casting from being seen?
Because
it's the casting we're talking about, not the.
Without being looked by creature. Let's take a look at Mage Hand.
Actually, yeah, what is the verbal somatic?
Verbal somatic. So, this is your question. It is, can you, when you cast Mage Hand, you can make the special hand invisible, and you can perform the following action task with it. So I guess, in theory, it can be counterspelled, but also,
why?
Who's counterspelling Mage Hand?
That's such a.
I am going to be honest, Ross. The reason I am bringing this up is this Mage Hand can do everything that this guy's Shadow can do, but also
better because it's invisible.
Yeah.
Although that wouldn't make the
It's
objects
invisible.
it grabs invisible.
No, but being invisible is still better than not being invisible.
Oh no, agreed.
And also, there's no limit on what spaces the Mage Hand can occupy, like at all.
You know what?
Which is huge.
That's a fair point.
Point in all of this is, I have to compare this ability to what's already out there, and what's already out there is just better. And the Mage Hand, the Arcane Trickster's Mage Hand, eventually gets some other stuff that makes it really good.
Yes, can't it blind or not blind, but like can't it just distract a creature to where you could sneak attack on them? Versatile Trickster. Yeah, Versatile Trickster.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So let's keep looking at what this guy gets.
Yeah.
So
that's our only third level feature.
Yeah.
We get
Shadow
Shadow Motes.
Reflection. It's just worse than Mage Hand, so it's not even worth comparing. You have the power to control shadows by your Shadow Motes. When you can spend these motes to enhance or fuel certain shadow, you have an amount of motes equal to your rogue level. You start knowing three such features. Shadows go each feature below. You spend shadows and
so
is unavailable until you finish the long rest, in which you're getting all your printed units. These are all like main abilities.
Yeah, this is like a
you
sorcery
also
point.
regain one when you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points.
So this is basically a sorcery point like feature. You get equal to your level, and you can come back on long rest.
I feel fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
As a magic action, you can expend one to project your sensor through shadow reflection. For 1 minute, you can see him through as if it were located and you can move it up to 100 to the effect ends early if you take any damage, or if you think. See, also this right here. This is another reason that Mage Hand is so much better. So, it takes any damage, you take any damage, it's gone, and it's not invisible. So if it's doing something convenient, the enemy can just get rid of it. You can use your cunning action. You can spend the shadow to swap places with a shadow reflection.
Does this have a range limit?
The range on your shadowy guy, which is stated here. It is.
It doesn't have one.
There is a range.
No, when you summon it, it's 5 feet
Yeah, I know.
within 5 feet of you. But there's no actual distance limit.
It appears not within 5 feet of you, and is shadow reflection going to be an object kind of storage treatment. As a magic, you control shadow. You can move your shadow up to your speed. Your shadow says one. I guess not.
So in theory,
Wait. That doesn't make sense though, Ross.
why wouldn't that make sense? Well, no. That first one is how far. It's basically how the find familiar. What?
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you are asking a question. You're answering a question I'm not asking.
But you're saying it doesn't make sense. Like
Correct, yes, but I did not tell you what doesn't make sense yet, so give me just a second. I'm double checking.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the casting. Like, I get that you cast within 5 feet. That is perfectly clear to me, to be very clear. What doesn't make sense to me is the Shadow Scout ability.
So, what part of it doesn't make sense to you?
Okay, you can move it up to 120 feet away from you. So I guess it just has a speed of 120 feet then? I thought this was increasing a little, but it's just the way this is worded confuses me. You can move it up to 120 feet away from you.
Right. I think that actually wait, you're right. Okay, when I read this and what I thought you were confused about is like why the limit of 120 feet, and it's like that's I believe what the limited range is for find familiar when you're looking through that perspective.
Yeah, but it's not a limit of 120
right,
feet. That's not what it is.
Move 120 feet. So
it's a speed of 120 feet. But it's just, it doesn't make sense. Like, okay.
You can see and hear through the location. And can move up to 120 feet away from... So I think while you're looking at it, it can be 120 feet away from you.
But that's not what it says. Taking these literal, which is unfortunately all I can really do. What?
Right, you can see.
Taking this literal, which is all I can really do, I have to say that it's got to be. It has a speed of 120 feet. I'm gonna move on.
Wait. Can we look at the wording of find familiar? Because that has a very similar type of thing.
We can. It won't change my thoughts, but we can.
Right, yeah, like maybe it's like we've never noticed this wording before.
Alright, find familiar. So we're looking while you're familiar within 100 feet of it.
Within 100 feet. Okay.
It's not even the same wording. This is just weirdly vague. It was vague pronounced, but yeah, this is weirdly vague wording.
That's a lot of
shadow swap. Cunning action as part of that bonus action. Spend the shadow mode to swap places with your shadow reflection. Wait, I already read that, didn't I?
Yeah, and you teleport. You basically swap places for...
Yeah. Immediately after you hit a creature with an attack roll using a weapon in your shadow reflection, is within 5 feet of you that creature, you can expend...
a mote to gain the invisible condition.
The invisible condition against that creature until the end of your next turn.
So
these aren't horrible.
They're fine. They're all beneficial for rogues. You get a lot of extra movement. You could your shadow go through objects?
No, it can't, because it's basically a creature.
Okay.
I'll be honest. You say they're beneficial for rogues. Rogues are the worst people for these abilities. They aren't bad abilities on their own, but rogues actually get the least benefit out of them.
I mean, here's something to consider. Because when I see the invisible condition, in this context, I'm seeing sort of like a hide, basically.
Yeah.
So
rogues can just hide.
But now you don't have to use up your bonus action for that. So, like, you could gain the invisible condition.
If I'm playing this subclass, Ross, I want a cunning action every turn.
Right. To control the guy, which means that you're not going to be able to hide. With
Ross,
that same bonus action.
How it works. You're misunderstanding how it works, Ross. It's part of your cunning action. It's not...
No, not this specific thing.
Here, give me a second. Let me reread this, because when you use your cunning action feature, so this isn't, to be clear, this isn't as part of your cunning...
Wait, so you get both a cunning action and control the shadow at the same time?
Yes, that is the whole point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's the same for all of these. All of these are when you do it. It's not a part of your cunning action. Otherwise, they just say, as a bonus action, you can do this.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, again, these are still good, and Rogue still likes these. I just think they are less good in Rogue than they are for other people.
Okay. Shadow
Level 9 chest like you can leave Shadow to accept an attack and direct it harmlessly into avoided darkness. When you use your uncanny dodge feature, you can reduce the
damage
once
to
per day.
Zero.
Reduce the damage to 0.
Fine, I guess.
But it's once per day. It's like,
once per day. Great. I mean, it'll stop a crit.
It'll stop a lot. It's just, you know.
Right. It's.
Anyways.
Nah. Shadowy
Your shadow reflection
reflection.
is a little path that you and your companions can use as a bonus action while your shadow reflects within 5 feet. See this. This isn't a. See, this isn't. Hey, part of your action.
Your mic
$4
just glitched out
dimension
for
door.
a moment.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
$4 in Dungeon Door.
Honestly, $4
Bonus
for a
action.
dimension door is not terrible.
Your shadowy reflection can travel through the spell, which it could already do.
I think it's
And
more
then-
referring to because dimension door is
Yeah.
just a teleport,
I guess
not, unless they changed it.
you can take someone with you though.
Right. So I guess you could just
It
take your
doesn't-
shadow with you.
I know, but I guess no. But I think what it is in this case is you could just instead of you could do your shadowy guy.
Oh, okay.
Your shadowy reflection gains ability to become a deadly clone. As a bonus action, your shadowy reflection transforms into an exact duplicate of you for 1 hour. Your shadow reflection becomes substantial, and you can have it take the attack, hide, or use action by controlling the shadow reflection feature. Its attack action uses your game systems, including class features, feats, and weapons. It vanishes when reduced to 0 hit points. Wait. Has most action transformed into exact? I guess it would be your stats. When you make an attack roll against creatures within 5 feet, this attack roll has advantage. Once you use the feature, you can't do it again.
So
What? As great a capstone as it is, this would have been so much better earlier.
So, here's my question about this. If it is us with our game statistics, even though we're controlling them as a bonus action, how does this interact with sneak attack? Would that let both us and the shadow sneak attack?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Hmm.
That being said, I don't think this is game breaking. In fact, I think, honestly, this would be so much cooler earlier. You just go once per day. It's already a once per day thing.
Honestly,
Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this subclass at all. It's super underwhelming.
yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised level 9 is confusing to me because, like, why not have it be attached to the shadow modes like all these other features? Well, except for the capstone.
This.
Yeah, that.
No, I know why. I actually agree with them why. You could set up some pretty game-breaking combos if it was.
Yeah.
And as a GM, you want your players taking some damage every combat. Not always deadly, but some.
Right.
So what I'm gonna say about the subclass, like generally the thing is, it really doesn't get good to level 17, which is you never want to say that.
No. So
The fact is, your shadow reflection, which let's see, your shadow reflection, you're using your action.
yeah, you have to use your action, which is which I guess there's
summon
no
this
time
guy.
limit. There's no time limit of when they go away, so I guess you could do it out of combat. I guess.
1 fireball, Ross. Don't matter what they roll in their deck save, 1 fireball.
I mean, are you telling me that if you have this rogue at your table, you're gonna send fireball every round?
No.
But I know what you mean. I'm just saying.
Can I tell you a little DM secret? In the DM, like, when people talk about what DMs should do, one of the big tips they give out is the big AoE move is always round 1. That's why you always start with the Dragon's Breath attack, and you guessed it,
Right.
if they can cast Fireball, you cast it. So while I know I wouldn't cast Fireball every round, or do the Breath attack every round, it would be the first round. Meaning
Right.
if you want the minimal benefits, and they are minimal, this guy gives you, which the entire subclass is built around these benefits, which again, Rogue could totally live without. I think, yeah, let's take the Shadow Motes out of the equation. These are the abilities you're really getting. The Shadow Scout, Shadow Swap, and Vexing Shadow. And they are decent, but as decent as they are they worth not attacking for 1 turn?
I'll be honest. Do I would rather do?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather take a 3-level dip in the fighter for Echo Knight, and just basically get all the features that I want from it. Because the big thing with Echo Knight,
Nail on head, Ross. Nail on head.
yeah, no, the vibe is Echo Knighty, but
yeah, but again,
it could have been better.
Echo Knight gets less attack. Fighter gets more attacks than Rogue already.
Right.
If they just give you the extra attack, no issue.
You know what? I forgot they gave you an extra attack. I completely forgot about that.
But here it is. In order for our Rogue to attack a second time and do like some more damage, you have to take 17 levels in this.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, the issue is the cost. Like I said, if the enemy has AOE effects, they're going to use it turn 1.
Yeah, no, the cost is just...
And which means that you are going to have to use either your first or second action every turn, every combat to summon him.
Yeah, if it was a
And
bonus,
again,
if it was a bonus action to summon him, then
honestly,
that would be good.
Honestly, I think that would like reflavor the entire subclass. I think I would have a much different opinion. But it's an action. It's an action.
The fact that it's an action, which is that's a fairly high cost.
And if the enemies are intelligent and realize you're taking advantage of him, you know what they do? 1 HP. Get rid of him.
Right.
Also, wait. What did it say? What its AC is?
It actually did not. Shout if it takes any damage or it doesn't say.
This feels like a mistake. Oh boy, yeah, that's.
Yeah, you're right. Huh.
It should say an AC here.
It should say an AC.
Unless we're supposed to assume all attacks hit.
Which, if that's the case, that makes it even worse because it's costing you your action.
Approve without thought. We're gonna look at the Warrior of Cosmic Balance as all things should be next.
Yep.
Again,
and we'll be back.
Hate the most of them are bad, but hopefully we get some good news.
And yeah, we'll be back for the final subclass, and then I always forget. Do we move on to feats next, or is it spells?
We'll talk about it later. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back.
All right. Bye bye. Perfectly balanced. It's all things should.
Yep. And we're looking at the monk, which, knowing D&D, has not ever been perfectly balanced. Ironically enough.
That's why I need to make it. Fine, I'll do it myself.
Anyway, when the
I can totally do a decent Thanos impression. When the cosmos spin out of alignment, my job is to kick it back into place. Literally.
Whoever that person is, I don't know how to say their name.
You have studied alien creatures and learned to disrupt the foul unders that course through them. Once per turn, when you make an unarmed strike with flurry of blows and deal damage, you can do one of the things. Until the enemy next turn, the target can't teleport or use plane or travel, including entering an extra-dimensional space or demi-plane. Or the target teleports up to 15 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
So this is always going to
do this.
This is always going to cost us a key point because it's a part of our Fury of Blows.
Correct. But my question is, like, as a monk, I can't imagine there's going to be, in most combats, a lot of situations where I'm like, first off, not being able to teleport is such a small thing. That's only going to come up whenever I feel like it, I guess.
Yeah, it depends on what you're fighting. So the real thing is teleport a creature up to 15 feet.
Yeah.
Which...
I'm trying to think of a situation where, as a monk, I'm like, I guess maybe I'm like, here you go, barbarian! Psh!
Well, you could do that, but also, I do want to bring up something else.
Yeah?
Now, I know there's some things in D&D that specify this. I cannot think of which ones do on top of my head. But the fact that this is just teleports up to 15 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. There's nothing stating here that has to be on the ground.
Maybe,
but... I mean, there's something.
If I were to allow that, this would be too strong. So I think, out of principle, I can't allow that.
I mean, still, you could also just teleport someone, like, let's say they just ran out of, let's say, spike growth, for example, that an ally set up. You could just be like, no, you didn't. Like, there are uses. There are uses.
There are uses. I just think 9 times out of 10 for most monks, you want to be within punching distance of everything.
Right. Hey, at the very least, this is technically free. It's just a part of your Fury of Blows.
Yeah, but let's keep going.
And also level 3.
Tech Magic's comprehension languages. With this feature, cast one. Without, and your wisdom, once you cast them with this feature, you can't do... Oh, this is super boring.
It's boring, but also I want to bring up that technically, when we bring this over to 2014, this gets partially nerfed.
comprehend language part becomes useless.
Well,
But that's not, but except that's not
eventually.
true. That's not actually true.
Because you eventually at what level 13 learn all languages. Don't get me wrong.
You do not learn all languages.
I thought Heart of Sun. It's Heart of Sun and Soul, right? I'm not being stupid about that.
Nope, it's called Tongue of Sun and
Tongue and Sun and Moon. My bad. My bad.
Moon. Tongue of give me a second.
Tongue
Tongue
of
of the Sun and Moon. Here we go. You
All
understand
spoken languages.
Spoken languages, yes.
Just the spoken part. So we have tongues on us. We just don't want. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess
So
you know what? Yeah, you know what? That actually does have use then. Okay, you know what? I stand
All right.
corrected.
Anyways, level 6. Creature within 60 feet of you attempts to teleport. You can take a reaction and spend 1 friend teleportation.
Just say nope.
Okay. Again, my issue with this subclass is it
Hard counters something that doesn't happen all that often. It doesn't not happen,
Right? Yeah. No.
but it seems weird to build your entire subclass around hard countering this.
Yeah.
When a creature within 60 feet of you attempts to blah, 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 as a bonus action, you can touch a willing creature, which could be yourself, one of the following. You end spells of your choice currently affecting the target.
Okay.
You remove one of the following conditions from the target. Once you use the feature, you can't use it until you finish them. Okay.
That's
fair
a
enough.
lot of conditions they can remove.
And level 17, 3 key points, hit someone, banishment, wisdom. I mean, again, this subclass is fine, except for, again, the only issue I really have with it is that it seems to be built to hard counter teleportation.
I think in this context, I think it's honestly, if you're one of those subclasses that like in the right campaign, this would be really good. Like if we were, if we were to honestly, if we were to have this, I wouldn't say in Princes because we didn't fight that many things that came out of there. If that makes sense.
The issue is even in the campaign where there are going to be more teleporting enemies than usual, I still don't think there are going to be that many.
That's true.
It isn't a thing that people do very often. And there's a reason for it. There's like a game design reason for this. And again, there are things that will. This is going to stop a potential like BBEG from getting away. So this is going to come in clutch.
It can. It absolutely can.
Probably what are going to be the most pivotal key moments in the campaign. It's just that in order to do that, you are sacrificing a lot of utility for anything else but this.
Right.
So I like this subclass. This is okay. It's not one of the better ones in here. Like, it's not one of the best ones in here.
It's fine.
But it's okay. That being said, that is all I really have to say. Next time, fates and backgrounds. They're 2024 backgrounds, so not really going to apply to us, but still.
I mean, we'll see what we could do.
The feats should be interesting.
Right. Anyway, as always.
I mean, 2024 backgrounds are just a completely different mechanic than 2014 backgrounds. You cannot backwards compatible them.
I mean, we can rework it into being 2014. That is something that is on the table.
If I am saying the degree to which doing that would be the case would be a completely different background. It wouldn't be the same thing at all. But anyways, let's go. Next thing.
And we'll be back from our break.
All right, we're at the backgrounds and feats chapters. We are running for 2014.
Yep.
And backgrounds in 2024 and 2014 are very different mechanics, like completely different things. So, here you go. These are things that, to be clear, would never happen in 2014 thing, and they don't do anything else. So,
and also,
there's no real value in looking at it.
I'm also looking at this background. Other than the flavor text behind it, this literally is just pick your own ability score, pick your own feat, pick your own skills. Like,
remember when I said they're a different mechanic in 2024?
Right.
This is how they work. That's why they're a different mechanic.
Well, it's not all the feats, but you know what I mean.
Backgrounds, yeah. You don't get much from backgrounds in 2024.
Yeah. We also have tools. I don't believe we're covering them.
Tools, fingerprint kit. Honestly, which board? Some of these are fine. Yeah, I mean they're tools.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure this would fall under more of the magic, or not even magic item, but just items that your DM would have in the tool belt.
I will say this. In some sense, I think I'm gonna put a fingerprint because that sounds fun. But now we get our feats.
Right. Which I believe all of them are origin feats. So
which means nothing in 2014. But in 2024 means you can take them from
Right,
the get-go.
right. For our purposes, we were going to decide, like, if they even work for 2014, but as well as if we want to add a boost to them.
We're not gonna. No, that was the other way around. When they're not origin feats, we have to decide that.
Oh, was that the other way around?
Yeah, it was the other way around.
Oh, my bad. Anyway.
Origin feats don't need to be changed at all to work for 2014.
Okay, my bad.
So let's look. I fought I lived. You confronted the horror from beyond this world. Blah 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 blah.
Magic.
While you are bloodied, half health.
Yep.
And hit with a spell or weapon attack.
You could treat the
You can
attack damage
choose
rolls.
to treat the attack as having rolled the maximum damage possible once per long rest.
So this is specifically the attack. So
The damage roll. It's a damage roll.
right.
You have to do an attack roll.
So, but okay, once for long rest, basically, potentially max, or not even potentially, just once for long rest, and
Max
at half
damage.
health, max damage. Cool.
Honestly, pretty cool.
And indomitable heart.
Here's what I would say about Defiant Strike. Either if you are a barbarian, you save it for a crit.
Yep.
And if you are a spellcaster, you just make sure you put your good spells on it. Like a max damage level 5 guiding bolt is how much damage?
We're talking 2014, right?
Yes.
Level 5 guiding bolt, that would be... Guiding bolt increases by 1d6 per level, right? I'm not being stupid about
Correct.
that?
Yes, that's correct.
That would be 8d6.
That's easy then, just multiply
Yeah.
8 by 6.
Which that would be, what?
48
40?
damage.
Not bad.
Yeah, the point is,
Indomitable-
this is pretty good.
Indomitable heart. If you have the frighting condition,
If you have the
at the
condition
start
at
of
the start of
your
your
turn,
turn, roll a d20. On a 10 or higher, you no longer have that condition. So basically, honestly, I'm fine with this feat. I'm fine with it.
I also want to check something. Because I'm reading this. That gets rid of you having the feat, or not feat, the condition. Does that count as you succeeding on the condition? Like, I know how...
No.
Because I know
No,
how
it does not.
It's dragons, right? I know dragons have, like, the aura of fear, where it's like, a creature cannot be affected for 24 hours if they pass the save. This does not count as that. This temporarily removes it.
You didn't pass.
Right. Okay.
So you can be hit by the dragon fear again, which is totally worth considering. I from there.
Yeah, so, approved?
Approved. Yeah, approved. I liked it. The night is a blur, a strange presence, blah, 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 blah. If attacking would end the invisible condition for you, you can make an attack and keep that condition. You can use this benefit a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
That's...
You gain expanded uses when you finish a long rest. That's pretty good. That's actually really good.
How does this interact with... Because with the regular invisibility spell, not greater invisibility, just regular invisibility. Because... The invisible condition is basically hiding, right?
Not quite, but similar, yes.
This wouldn't keep your invisibility spell up, right?
Yes, it would. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, that is literally what it does.
Honestly,
Again,
Arcane Trickster
invisibility is not
Rogue.
the same as hidden.
Arcane Trickster Rogue, because they can get regular invisibility pretty well. You know what I mean.
Yeah, there are a bunch of ways to. And yeah, no, this is really good.
Beneath notice.
When you attempt to hide from a creature that is larger than you, you can hide if you are lightly obscured or more than 30 feet away from it. You gain the benefits of being hidden against such creatures, but you do not hide from other creatures.
Okay.
The last one's kind of useless, I think.
Wisdom
Here,
perception
let me see
checks to detect you while you have the invisible condition have
disadvantage. Let's take a look. If you have, when you aren't affected by any attacks, I guess that's the difference. I think between that is the difference between 2024 and 2014. Invisible 2014. Let's. Oh, I don't know. I'm just ignore me. I just put 2014. Like that means anything. There you go. Invisibility D&D. Invisible. So we're looking at 2014 invisible. Let's see what it says. Invisible creature is impossible. Yes. So yeah. Heavily obscured. heavily obscured, so hiding. If we are hidden heavily obscured, so the DM decides when you can't hide from creatures in combat, when you can hide. One of the main features which you find is how well you can see, which might likely. Basically, in 2014 there are enough rules that it's kind of useless. In 2024 there are not that it is.
Okay. Final thoughts on the feat?
It's fine. These feats are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll keep going now. Same. Remember that thing for fear? Same thing, but for charm.
Oh, yep.
When an NPC speaks to you, you can use this ability to determine if they are lying. You learn nothing about the truth they conceal or why they are lying, so that there is a knowing falsehood in their statement. You can use the benefit number of times equally first most. You can use. So you have advantage on insight check. So basically, it's like, so I am King George the blah blah blah, and I'm totally not the bad guy. DM, is he lying? I'm using my other things. I actually don't think I can comfortably allow this.
Because I'm looking at that second feature. I'm like, what's the difference between? I guess it's like a pocket zone of truth, but there's no save.
Here, it's not a zone of truth at all. But here, let me explain because I know what you're thinking. What it is you not learn that they are lying and learn what they are lying. You are going to have you go to King Charteris Suspicious McPants the Third, and you have a long conversation with him. And he talks about a lot of things. If you use this feature, you will know something in that conversation was a lie. But you will not know what. So he's like, I thank you, George, for your wondrous work, and you definitely didn't foil my totally not evil plans. Anyways, we have prepared some cake for you.
The cake is a lie.
Done once you... It might be, but you don't know. That is why I picked cake. But yeah, point is, even with that stipulation, I cannot allow this feat in good consciousness. Knowing an NPC is lying to you gives you way too much power in social situations. And it basically, I think it kind of takes away a lot of the fun, the excitement.
I think... Honestly, I wouldn't add a statement saying, like, okay, you get this, but the person that you're talking to knows that you could tell that something is off.
Not how this ability works.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm saying I would add that.
I know. It'd be... I am telling you that would be difficult to implement. While keeping this ability the way it's supposed to work.
I mean...
And again...
I was really, here's my question. Why would it be difficult if Zone of Truth has that same sort of idea?
Because Zone of Truth is very different. Which I told you before. This is not a Zone of Truth. It does not work any way similar to Zone of Truth. Zone of Truth, the big thing about Zone of Truth, is you use it before anyone starts talking. The big thing about this is you use it after. And it means very little to say, hey, was that guy lying at all? Oh, now that you use that, he knows that you suspect him. But considering he lied to you, he still already didn't like you. So it doesn't change anything. That's the issue. If the king you're suspicious of knows that you know he's lying, you still know he's lying.
Okay. Well, let's get rid of that then.
And I get rid of that, all this is the charm effect.
And advantage on insights.
And the advantage on insight checks. Which there are better ways to get.
Well, not advantage. There's a lot of ways to get expertise in insight.
There actually are a lot of ways to get advantage on insight. And a 5e advantage on insight. Oh, no, come on. Insight.
No, yeah, let's see how many are accessible.
There are some magic items.
I mean, of course. I mean, there's a magic item for everything.
Either way, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you... Here's my issue. If you just take these two features, to this, I don't think this feat's worth taking at all.
Well, well, I would argue, at the very least, the charm condition comes up a lot in very powerful spells.
Well, that's true. You know what? That's fair, I guess. Fine, but yeah. But again, Ear for Falsehood just it's too strong.
Removed ear.
And then we get
falsehood.
3 language. Yeah. Remove ear for falsehood. Yep. So we get 3 languages. So I opened the gate. Also, these are names, man.
Yeah, these are some long names.
You get 3 languages.
Cool. Languages are neat.
And you can tap into a replens to the mistress to empower the cost of overwhelming your mind with overtime. When you cast a spell, you can give that spell save DC a +2 bonus, but you have the paralyzed condition until the start of your next turn.
And you can use this number of times
use
to your
it
proficiency bonus. So
you gain expended uses. What's interesting to me is that this does not have a spell casting as a prerequisite, but all this feat is languages. If you don't have spell casting. Something I need to point out, because it's my job to point things out.
Yep.
You cannot, or you can, but really shouldn't use this on concentration spells.
Yeah, because they would cause the paralyzation. So I'm trying to think of good spells that require a spell save DC that are not concentration.
Anything. There's a lot. That's a long list. That's still, to be clear, that's still a long list.
Right. Psychic Lance is a pretty good one.
Mind Whip.
Mind Whip, yeah.
Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh.
Fireball's a classic.
I mean, yeah, Fireball's a classic. Dissonant Whispers, yeah, it's a good one. And with Dissonant Whispers, if they still fail that enemy that was going after you, even though we're paralyzed, they more than likely they will have to take a good bit to get to us, unless they're like right next to us. So,
yeah,
there's some potential with that.
There is. And the interesting thing is, yeah, it is kind of an oh shit bonus because you're opening yourself to crits and stuff.
Right? Yeah. No. You gotta put this on the right spells and there's potential.
I like it. Approved.
Yeah.
One last one.
Survivor?
Survive to tell the tale. So you encountered something. Blah blah blah. When you take it damage that would reduce you to 0 hit points, you can immediately regain hit points equal to your level once per long rest.
Okay.
Plus 10 speed.
Nice.
And grappled. The grappled one I'm a little down.
That one I agree. That one's. I mean, it happens.
All right. So I will say this. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It was 5.
Oh, 5. My bad.
I don't really thought there were 7. But 4 out of 5 ain't bad. Because yeah, that's approved.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have our spell lists we gotta figure out.
Yeah.
Which I will
look at is
I will get stuff organized for the bard.
The bard.
The bard.
All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break and we'll be back.